There's your feed.
I don't know if we're live yet or not.
I don't know.
So stream quality has been lowered due to the internet. Are we on? You're not on here. Let's try it again. I don't know if we're live or not, so we will find out.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Say hi to everybody.
There we go. Nice. And good evening, everyone. We weren't sure if we were live or not. We got a message saying the stream quality had been lowered due to our internet, so we'll see how this goes. We can always switch over to a cell phone, but anyway, we are camping this evening. As you probably can tell, we're in the slide out that doesn't actually slide out. Yeah.
Yeah, go figure.
So we like to think of it as more of a box in, is what it really is.
We have a real skinny trailer now. It's
yeah,
like,
the hallway
it's like
is
squished out. Yeah.
It's actually, I would say it's skinnier than the tab, maybe.
Yeah, when it's come in.
Yeah, no, it is. I know it is.
It is.
Because I have to actually, like, suck in my gut to get to the bathroom, so.
Yeah, it's making you rethink our health, right?
Yeah. So, anyway, you want to say hi to some people?
Yes. Thank you for all being here. We have Junior Idol. Hope I pronounced that right. Hi. Wayne Kern. Mark and Karen Milinarski.
Mark and Karen. We were with Mark and Karen a little earlier today.
Wayne Kern, our niece Samantha. Hi, Samantha.
Hey, Sam.
Deborah Sleeth. Hi.
Hey, Deb. Deb's going, well, I better not say. She may not want everybody to know where she's going next weekend, so.
Endless RV and MJ and Izzy. And
hey,
Jason
MJ and Izzy.
probably. Yeah.
And everybody, please, I want to say that Endless RVing is now one of our moderators. They didn't even know it. I just bestowed it upon them today. So behave or Izzy will handcuff you. For those of you who don't know, Izzy's in law enforcement.
Yeah. Stefano Rena. Adam from Florida.
Hey, Adam from Florida.
Donna Del Hunte says greetings from Arizona.
Donna, how's your weather out there? Is it still blazing hot?
Her pictures are always beautiful that
I
she
know.
posts. And even Timmy's just so cute. Stop Eat Explore says hello from New Hampshire.
Oh, I was just going to say, where are you guys at? But there you go, New Hampshire. So they are traveling the New England states in their new Camp Avia.
And that's everybody at the moment.
That's everybody at the moment. Nice small group tonight. Although it says, I think, 28, so some people not saying hi. Donna says yes. I'm assuming that's yes to it's cooling down. So
Larry Fisher just showed up. Hello from Kansas. Barb Field from Garrett, Indiana.
Hey, Barb. Hope you're doing well.
Shelly Johnson.
Shelly.
This is your boy. Look at him.
Bess is like, no, I don't want to be on camera. Can you say hi to Aunt Shelly?
Shelly, we got puppy groomers and trimmers, and we groomed the pups last weekend. So we think we did a pretty good job. We just got to figure out his ears. His ears are really thick. But he did lose a lot of fur. But yeah, he's feeling much better.
Donna says it's very hot, still triple digits. It hasn't cooled down. Oh, triple digits. That's brutal. Hey, Zeb Me. Haven't seen you around in a while.
Debbie F. I'm sure it's Debbie Falls.
That's Debbie Falls.
From beautiful Oregon.
Hopefully your smoke is not so bad in Oregon, Debbie.
Ron Laxton says, hey. Whole Person says, hello. Greg from California. April and Tommy says,
and Chanel too.
Chanel, yeah, are here.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I don't know if you're out camping or not, but I can't remember. I'm always watching your Facebook to know where you're at.
Sam says she likes my sweater. Well, thanks, Sam. It's from your school.
This is where Sam goes to school. It's also where I get a paycheck from.
That's right. So. Deborah Lee says, if anyone's in Easton, Massachusetts next weekend, come look us up.
Yeah, they were coming to Vermont, and then when we canceled, they're staying where we stayed.
Okay.
On Cape Cod.
Okay.
So I was telling Deb, you can actually walk the bike trail.
Yes.
It's just a real short walk from the campground to Arnold's Lobster House or whatever it's called.
That's good.
Oh, man. But here's the thing, Deb. When you go to Arnold's, they only take cash, but they do have an ATM outside. And the way it works is you go in and you order. Do you wait for your food?
Yes, because there's a back area. Remember, there's like,
you wait
I don't
for
know
your
how
food.
it is now, but
well, that's true. With COVID, it could be different.
There were like really cute.
Then just
area
lots of
out
picnic
back.
tables and things. But they're onion rings. They do these real thin slices. They actually have just an onion ring person. That's all they do is make onion rings. And then obviously the lobster rolls are amazing.
Hi, Adventure Bandits.
Hey, Adventure Bandits, where are you guys at right now? So if you haven't, now I'll periodically throughout the night, and I apologize if I miss it. I mean, I think everybody knows who's got a channel, but Adventure Bandits have literally been blowing up over the summer, their channel, and just have been hitting some amazing parks down south. So if you haven't checked out their channel, you probably should, because like I said, they do some great travel videos and then campground reviews. So
hi, Brenda McGinnity.
Hey, Brenda.
Phil and Judy Hampton.
Hey, Phil and Judy. Phil and Judy, are you guys coming next weekend? For some reason, I think you are. I was trying to run through my head today who all was coming to Ohio Pile, and I said you were, but then I couldn't remember if you were. So.
Oh, April Marie says she's not feeling well. They didn't head out this weekend. They have a big trip planned. Where are you headed?
Oh, no.
And then she's asking about the slide out issue. Keeping it in? Yeah, we just keep it in.
Yep.
Because it doesn't go out. So we just, they said we can sit in, and we talked to, what is it, Lippert? Yeah, you did a lot of talking with them, and they're going to work on it, in early November?
November 5th, we have an appointment, and the gentleman told me it should be done in one day if the wiring harness, is the problem.
Yep.
If it's not, if he puts the wiring harness in and it still doesn't go out, then he will be diagnosing it. And
yeah, because you do a lot of tests, and when I got home from school, I had to help you because you just can't do. Hey, thanks, guys. Endless RV and $10 for the slide out repair.
Thank you. I'm fingers crossed that it doesn't cost anything, because it should all be under warranty from Lippert. So
Avenger RV Adventures here.
Hey, Avenger RV, how are you doing this evening?
Shirley J says hello, everyone, especially Bess and Truman.
Yeah, there's Bessie for you, Shirley.
I don't know if I can get him in there. Yeah, Shelly Bess is always mothering him and cleaning his face, and I constantly, you know how he is, cleaning his face. But yeah, she does that all the time. She mothers him.
So I don't think the Fitches are here.
Not yet.
But I wanted to mention this. So I'll get it out here. I'm trying to think how I want to phrase this. So if you haven't followed or subscribed to Following the Fitches, they're friends of ours. And Dave and Andrea are weekend warriors just like us, and they have a Grand Design Imagine. But anyway, their channel, they are like, I didn't check it today, but the last time I checked, there were like 15 subscribers from 1,000.
Oh yeah,
so you know, if you could check them out and maybe hit the subscribe button, and we can get them pushed over that 1,000 mark. They have been working so hard to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. They're good people. Dave puts out videos as quickly as he can, but you know, with working full time, it's not always easy. So just wanted to mention Following the Fitches. And like I said, there's some really good channels in here. Most of you know the channels that are already in here, because you know, Avenger RV Adventures has been in here before. Obviously, Endless RVing. By the way, Endless RVing, I said that Adventure Bandits was blowing up.
They're blowing up.
But Endless RVing is really blowing up.
Yes.
They hit 10,000, a couple months ago? If it was even that. They're going to hit 20,000 if they haven't today. I haven't checked. But
hi, Jim. Jim Kuzman's here.
So, and they have some really good videos, and like what I love is they're doing a lot of industry news. So you definitely, I can't imagine anybody in this room that hasn't checked out Endless RVing, but you probably should.
And cool, April and Tommy said she says they'll be heading down the coast again when they may change their mind. We're planning to get things situated to go full time when their lease is up in a couple months. So
fingers crossed for you too. That would be great.
Go for it. Yeah. Shorefoot says, now that you have used the lands all summer, can you give us the pros and cons compared to the Tab 400? Build quality, functionality. We're interested in the Tab 400. Thank you. Safe travels.
Yeah, and you know, we can talk. We can talk about that a little bit tonight. we were planning to have a video coming out really soon.
Vinny Mozzarella.
Hey, Vinny. We were planning to have a video coming out real soon where we're going to do our 5 things we love about the trailer and 5 things we're not so in love with. But it's really hard to film that video when the slide out won't go out because. So we're going to have to delay that video until November. But so I think the question was, now that we've been in this, pros and cons.
Yep, compared to the Tab 400. So.
I would say, well, first of all,
build quality is real similar.
Yeah, we feel like build quality is very similar to the new camp build quality.
The cabinetry is just as beautiful. It's just a different, color.
Right.
But yeah. Functionality for us, it's well when the slide out's out, and it's functional what's in, but
Right.
it's really functional for us with having these two room to play
It's
in it.
it's really
So,
hard to compare.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
different.
you can. I can't speak on customer service because we haven't done anything yet with Lance, and I'm dealing with Lippert direct. Here's what I'll say: you cannot go wrong with a new camp trailer.
Right.
Build quality is
phenomenal.
Is phenomenal,
Yep.
and I want to preface that by saying I don't care what trailer you buy, or RV, or motorhome, or how much money you spend. You are going to have issues with it. So you could buy a new camp trailer and then say, Patrick, I've already got issues with it. This won't work or that won't work. That's going to happen. I mean, it doesn't matter what you spend. But what I can tell you this, New Camp tries to build a really high quality trailer, but more importantly, they have really good customer service. Now, sometimes there's letdowns in customer service because of the dealership you're dealing with. But New Camp themselves, usually if you call New Camp directly, if you can't get answers through your dealer, they will take care of you. So that I can, you know,
we know that.
It's just hard to compare a teardrop to this 23-footer, but we love this because for us, and I'm still getting this question a lot on our tour video, why did you switch? Do you not like New Camp anymore?
No, we love New Camp.
Right. It was just our only option with New Camp was to stay in the 400 where we were feeling claustrophobic with the two puppies and or to go to the 28-foot Avia, which was just way too big and way too heavy for what we wanted. It didn't have the clearance that we wanted. So, you know, I don't know that's a fair... I just know that I feel very comfortable in this unit in terms of the build quality. I mean, it's like any trailer. There's going to... I mean, we got little things. I added something to the list today. The solar plug outside to plug in a portable panel's not working. I had a light go out above the bed, but I fixed that. I just took it down and there was a loose wire. So, and April, I just saw her, and she will tell you. Oh yeah, April Marie and Tommy can speak highly of New Camp because they had a major issue that really got drug out. There was issues with the dealership and so on and so forth. And April finally just reached out directly. Correct me on this, April, but I think you actually went straight to the CEO, Scott. And next thing you know, April and Tommy were getting a brand new Tab 400. Now, I don't want to make it sound like everybody that complains to Scott gets a new 400, but if they can't make it right, they're going to take care of you one way or another. Well, and I agree with April. She said if they had something that had a walk-around bed, like if they made the TWD with a walk-around bed, we probably would have thought about that. But the other one was just too heavy. Cynthia Summers here. Oh, and thank you. Someone just gave us. Mark says, white shutter shout out. You guys would look like... I'm not sure what that means. White shutter shout out. You guys would like. Oh, I think that's the Harvest Toast. Mark and Karen were at their first Harvest Toast this evening. They're Harvest Toast virgins. So tonight's the night. Hey, thank you for the person down in Australia for giving us that thumbs down. We appreciate that. Mo always says that's people in Australia. They show up the wrong way because they're down under. Yeah, so. That's Mo's joke. The funny thing is, if you're still on here, thank you. I really mean thank you because people who hate our channel would not do either because we actually get positive credit for thumbs down. YouTube says that's engagement. So I always say thank you. By the way, tonight's beverage of choice is Mad River Bourbon Whiskey. This used to be my favorite bourbon. It comes from the state of Vermont. Yep. And I love this. I have to say, though, my new favorite is Rare Eagle, which Tom and Shannon Lakia gave me out in Montana. But because it's so special and it's kind of hard to get, I decided if I was going to bring bourbon this weekend, I got to protect the Rare Eagle. So there you go. So... want to say hi to Cynthia Summers. She says, Andrea Fitch is my hiking friend. They told me to follow you. Well, thank you so much. Welcome. Yeah. Vinny posted, I read his comment. Yeah. He is at a Harvest Host tonight. Yes. I think in the Carolinas. It says in North Carolina on our way to the Outer Banks. Yeah. Says we should be in Vermont. I know. I know, Vinny. Patty and I today were seeing pictures on Facebook of the foliage. It's just beautiful already. So... another time. Wayne Kearns has got to watch Izzy. Did video saying don't buy an RV now. I got all down. We wanted to upgrade for our hybrid. Then he did one another day saying why now is the best time to buy.
has me all confused.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that was great what MJ and Izzy did. Because depending on how you look at it, it was funny. I had messaged MJ the other day. We were talking through Messenger, and I said, I think I'm going to do a video that's opposite of you guys saying why I think it's a great time to buy. And she's like, beach to it. It's coming out tomorrow. So I'm not going to do it. Although I think some of my reasons were a little different than what they talked about. Because here's the thing. Inventories are low, so you have less to choose from. But if you can find something on the lot, eventually new products going to be coming out. They're going to want to get this old inventory off their lots.
Sure.
Number two, life is very short. Do you really want to push off? And I think MJ and Izzy talked about this. So, I mean, I think, and here's the other thing. How long are you going to wait? Because who told me, I apologize, I can't remember if it's New Camp that's currently not taking orders. Somebody's not taking orders because they're so backed up.
Yeah, you just told me. Who is that?
I think it might have been New Camp. I just saw on Facebook on a Lance group that Lance is shipping nothing right now because they can't get component parts. So, I think if you wait, you might be waiting a long time. So I'm not saying buy the first RV you find out of fear you won't get one. But I think if you can find one, and Jim's here, Jim and Abe are here. Jim will tell you, if he was here, Jim would tell you, you can still get a good deal.
Well,
Jim and Abe
got their Lance 2285 yesterday, and they've been getting it all set up.
Yep.
Cool.
So congratulations to Jim and Abe on your new Lance. But they got a great deal. In fact, in many ways, they got a little bit better deal than we did in terms of how much they got off MSRP.
And they didn't have to drive as far.
So I think the deals are still out there. You've got to look for them. But if you have your heart set on a very specific trailer and it's not out there, then you might have to wait. But I think that was really brilliant for Endless RVing to do both sides of it, because there's always two sides to every story, and I'm just mad that I didn't think of it sooner before they put out the other side. So,
Brendan McGinnity's asks, COVID-19 caused you any issues this summer while traveling in fall? Well, this summer definitely we had issues.
Well, not major.
Bit.
I mean,
did
you think so? Well. Yeah, things were.
That's what I meant. Campgrounds are fuller.
Yeah, that would did.
Not the other. I mean,
we just didn't eat in restaurants, which we still don't do much of. You had to wear a mask in a lot of, which was fine, which we're used to.
Yeah, we just kept our distance. But I just meant sometimes the campgrounds were full for us.
That was the big thing, Brenda. It was just trying to find places to camp.
But other than that,
we
just didn't do a lot with people. So, oh, golly. Yeah, Jim, when Linda Allen says, newbie here, love your channel. On down the road to the Smokies now in my Lance 1475S, tiny but mighty. Thank you for all your helpful info.
That's the one today. I told Patty, I said, we should have bought the 1475 because there's no slide out. And I don't think there's a slide out in the 1475. But Smokies, we like the Smokies.
Roxanne and Brian Morrow.
I'm bad influence, Brian. Hey, Roxy.
A Joshua Tree. Then they're going to at the end of the month. They're going to Joshua Tree, then Flagstaff.
Oh, nice.
Joshua Tree. I want to go there. So, Timothy Brown, do you have roof space to install solar panels? How did the Tundra do on fuel mileage? Well, there's already solar panels.
We have one 190 watt up there. Lance will actually ship with 2 panels. But according to the tech at Princess Craft, he says he thinks he can squeeze 3 up there if I want them.
Yes.
Now, honestly, at this point, we don't think we need more than the one. It worked really well this summer.
And the Tundra, how to do on fuel mileage?
We are doing around 10.5 miles per gallon, and that's only about a mile per gallon less than the Tacoma was getting. The other thing I will say is the Tacoma I never ran really over 65 miles per hour. The Tundra, I'm running at full speed limit. So I kind of wonder if I would slow the Tundra down if I could get it almost as close as what the Tacoma was. So we're happy. Because I'm working remotely and I don't really drive the Tundra except for to run into town, which is like 15-minute drive back and forth. I haven't got a real sense on highway. The one time I took it to Fort Wayne, which is about 100 miles round trip, I think I was averaging a little over 18 miles a gallon. And honestly, I'll be thrilled if I get that on the highway.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Terry, I hope I don't mispronounce your last name. Zalecki Says, hi, y'all. Patty Trader Joe's has a new cookie called Pumpkin Spice. I assume it's batons. Thought of you.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks again, Abe, for the cartoon of
Jim,
me.
Jim says, you are a bad influence. I know. You know, it was interesting. Somebody left a comment. I think it was
Yeah.
over on Facebook saying how, I don't know, basically the way I took it was kind of saying that we told people to go sell their tabs and buy
Yeah,
Lances.
which is not true.
And, you know, which is kind of funny because I tell Patty to do stuff all the time. She doesn't listen. Why would you guys listen to me?
True that.
And he even said that somehow I was hurting Princess Craft. And
Yeah, I don't know.
I did respond. I said, number one, we don't tell you guys what to do. I think, but I did say, you know, a lot of Tab 400 owners, not a lot, but there is a portion of Tab 400 owners who have upgraded to larger trailers. And I think, like us, they would have stayed with New Camp if there was something. And New Camp knows that. I've talked to them. I know PJ at Princess Craft has talked to them. But it just cracked me up that, like, we were being accused of getting people to sell their
Right.
400s or 320s. So we don't.
And
Brenda, did you see Brenda's comment?
I was no.
Brenda, I'm so sorry
to
hear that.
Ethel.
Yeah,
so
we're going to be thinking of you both because we know how hard it is when you lose a fur baby.
Yeah, that's too bad. Debbie Falls, did you get the couch slide version? Yeah, this couch normally booth slides out.
Is she talking to us?
I don't know, but
or is she talking about the 1470? I think maybe the 1475 has a.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know for us, but anyway.
But ours does slide out, but it's a booth. They don't offer a couch option. Well, we have a couch. Our bed converts into a couch. But I had somebody ask me if there was an option to make the dinette like theater seating, and there is.
No. Hold on here. Valerie McDonald says hi from Arizona.
Hi. So you got the triple digit heat too. Well, maybe not, depending on what part of Arizona, I guess.
Okay, Jim Kuzman says when you're talking about mileage, we were getting 12.5 miles per gallon pulling the 400 with the Ram, 1500, down to 9.5 pulling the Lance. Oof.
Yeah, but Jim, your Lance is even bigger than ours. I don't know what your dry weight is. Our dry weight's about 4,900. We can load to 5,700. And, yeah.
Yeah, Timothy Brown says, I'm going to wait for this rush of new RVs to become the future used market when I decide to upgrade. Probably.
Yeah, and you know what? I think, I've heard different reports on that, but I still believe that in another possibly 12 to 24 months, I know that's a big range, but I think you're going to see a lot of used RVs because I think a lot of people who bought, especially if we ever get back to normal or something like normal where people are hopping on jets and going to foreign countries on vacation, or they're going back to, you know, Disney on a regular basis. I think a lot of people bought RVs and they didn't know a black tank from a gray tank. And
Adam from Florida says, I have a leisure travel van on order and the wait is 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, Truman is melting people's hearts by putting his little head on the table. We were playing Yahtzee earlier and he was funny sitting here.
They're pretty tired. We took them for a really long walk this morning.
Well, we had more than one walk today.
Yeah, right? And then they went. We obviously took them with us when Mark and Karen met up, and we spent a couple hours with Mark and Karen.
Yep.
And so the kiddos didn't get their nap, so
they're tired. I want to say hi to the Aloha Couch. They say aloha, y'all.
Ooh, aloha.
Full-Time Dream is here. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Carla Daniels Y says hello.
So,
yeah.
Tomorrow's video, I've been working all day, or I started yesterday and working all day. I think tomorrow's video is going to be on how to weigh your RV.
Sorry. Aloha Conch.
Oh, Aloha Conch.
Sorry, I look like COU.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Sorry. Bifocals.
So I think I'm going to go ahead. Originally, I was going to release the video on our weekend trip. It was the first trip we took after we got back and our struggles being weekend warriors. But I think I'm going to go ahead and release the weigh video because I got it done. It's only taken like 3 hours this afternoon, even though our AT&T is showing really strong here. It took about 3 hours. So if I can get the thumbnail done tonight and all the behind-the-scenes stuff, I think I'm going to release that. Some of you might find it useful because I used to hate going to a cat scale because you'd have to pull on, you have to push a button, you always have to get out because it's made for semi-drivers. and
You can't
then you can't understand them, and they want a driver number, they want a
Aw.
company name. So now Cat has an app for your smartphone. And so you just download the app, you pull on the scale, and you never talk to anybody. So we literally did it. Like, we went and weighed the truck and trailer. So you see that. And then the second half of the video, I try to explain, and I watched it, and I'm like, I don't know if I think I might have confused myself. But I at least try to explain what GVWR is, GAWR, CCC, which is cargo carrying capacity. I try to go through all those and explain to you. And I even gave a couple examples of ours where, because they're, especially if you're looking to buy something or you're looking to upgrade your tow vehicle, you know, I hate, you'll go on these RV lots and they'll have these signs that say half-ton towable, and what it really should say is maybe half-ton towable, because not all half-ton trucks are made the same. And then the same way with vehicles, you know, like the Tundra says it will tow our Tundra. Every Tundra is a little different. Our Tundra is rated for 9,100 pounds, but in the example I show you in the video, technically it would only tow 8,300 pounds if you wanted to stay within the limit. So I think that's going to be tomorrow.
Question.
Yes.
From Mr. Mark. How many trips have you made to the Cat scale? A lot.
Yeah, Pat, like, I used to hate going to the Cat scale, so we never went there. Now,
a lot.
Now I drive Patty nuts.
A lot.
And it's not free, by the way. It's $12 every time you go.
We've been there a lot.
I mean, the last time we went, I said, I just need to get some B-roll to finish up this video. So we pull on, I get out, I get my shots, and I noticed there was nobody behind me. So I get back in, I'm sitting there, and she goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, when in Rome, might as well weigh again."
I'm like, oh, so.
And interestingly enough, it had changed because, and I didn't really get into this too much in the video, I probably should have, but where you put your stuff in your truck and your trailer, or your SUV in your trailer, it will affect that rear axle on your on your tow vehicle. So we were able to redistribute some weight, and that helped our rear axle.
Yes, because Adam says his Lance tongue weight is over 1,000 pounds.
What?
That's what he says.
What Lance? Okay, Adam, I forget what Lance you have. You must have a much bigger one than ours.
Hi to JT and DT Adventures from West Texas town of El Paso. Buana.
Okay.
Says, I'm drinking Dark Horse Rosé.
Ooh.
And it says Dark Horse Rosé is good. I can't speak.
Ooh, might have to check out. I haven't seen Dark Horse Rosé. I am drinking, and for those of you who joined late, I'm drinking Mad River Distillery bourbon whiskey. This comes from Vermont.
And Adam has the 2185.
2185, which is definitely big because we're in 1985. Yeah. Man, I can't believe that tongue weight. Okay, so Adam, do you know what your dry weight is? Because if your tongue weight's 1,000, because normally your tongue weight needs to be 10 to 15% of your total weight of your trailer. You've got to be on the 15% side because that trailer can't be that heavy. So we were, I don't know what ours is. We're going to find out later this year. We're going to hopefully meet up with the Roses. And Todd has a actual tongue scale where you take it off you unhitch your trailer, and I think it's a scale that then you crank down on it. It will tell you. So we'll weigh this thing. When we were at Princess Craft, it was weighing in at 601, but that was before we had all of our stuff.
Okay, Adam has some answers for you.
Okay.
It says 5,001 dry. And then he says he has a slide in the front of the axles, and I have the optional couch. And Endless RVs is asking, where's the menage a trois?
Oh, the menage a trois is still at home. We didn't bring it with us. We actually recorded, I don't know if anybody's ever caught on to this, when we're doing weekend camping, we have to record on Thursday night because as soon as Patty gets off work, I pick her up at work. And obviously I don't want to be drinking and driving. So
that's probably good.
We actually, we had a glass Thursday night, but there's always a half a bottle left over after Friday night wind down, but I just left it at home. Now, if it had been a red wine, I probably would have brought it because red wines don't seem to last as long. But knowing it's a white wine, it'll be there.
And Adam says, going back to what you were talking about, the tongue, he says, I used a Shoreline tongue scale to find out.
Okay.
So,
and I think that might be what Todd Rose has that we're gonna put on this thing.
I
But
think the name is Jamie Rice or Reese.
okay.
Have the leaves started changing just a tiny little bit? We have a few trees in our area that always go really cool orange, and there's the
Right.
tops. Just the tops have started to
Today,
go
driving around here, we saw lots of
yellow, bright
yellows.
yellows here.
Well, we've got a few reds at home. We don't, and the thing is, like at Tall Pine Lodge, because we're in pines, you don't really see much. We have to get out of the canyon.
And lately, what we've been dealing with at the cabin, what happens this time of year is the pine needles actually dry out on the trees because the new are coming in, and we had a windstorm, and it looks like it just snows pine needles. It is like thick. You can't even see the driveway.
Phil says yes, they are at home. I thought you were, Phil. So I'm kind
Okay.
of looking forward to that. Yeah, I actually have a video. I don't know when it's going to come out because I'm still waiting on the propane people to come. But I've been putting together this video of me working around Tall Pine Lodge. That'll go on our new channel, TWD Life, which, by the way, I'm guessing most of the people that are here are already subscribed to TWD Life. I love that channel. I'll just tell you, and I know those of you that are subscribed there, you're telling me you love it too. Like you love it more than Travels with Delaney, because it's just where we get to be more personal.
Yep.
And so I'm recording this video where I'm doing things like I go out. Maybe I shouldn't tell you what the video is, but maybe there's no need to watch it. But
yeah.
I'm going to show you how we deal with our heat source for the winter. I show you how much yard we have to mow. I'm going to show you our property lines. So that'll be coming
and
out.
how we care for the inside because we have to do the logs on the inside.
Yeah, we're actually going to film a video when we have time.
How do we do that?
How we clean inside, because cleaning logs, logs collect a lot of dust.
Well, and they're not all smooth like you would think. They are rough edges, and it's a challenge. So we'll do that one.
I wished I had ice.
Yeah, I bet you do.
We didn't bring ice.
Yeah. Hi, RV Kids TV.
Hi, RV Kids TV.
Marianne Ferris. She's a newbie
Hi,
enjoying
Marianne.
our channel. Thank
Welcome.
you. She's from Fox. She's at Inalance 1995 at Normandy Farms, Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Oh, nice. 1995. That was originally what we were looking at, and then PJ couldn't find it, but we had told her 95, 85, whatever it took.
Oh, thank you. MJ or Izzy saying my eyes look really pretty in the light tonight.
Ooh.
Thank you. The green helps my eyes.
I'm going to guess it's Izzy. I mean MJ. I think it's MJ. I think MJ's on. I might be wrong. It could be Izzy, and then Izzy will... It was funny when we met for lunch a few weeks ago. And when I first walked up and Izzy started to shake my hand, he goes, "Oh, I don't know. Do you do that?" And I was like, "Dude, I shake your hand every day," because I know Izzy gets tested constantly for COVID.
Yeah.
So I felt really safe doing it with them because of Izzy's job. So
we have a question from Terry Zalecki. I hope I pronounced that right. Have you ever camped near Raleigh, North Carolina? If so, any suggestion? I was trying to think. I don't think we've ever been near Raleigh.
I'm trying to think if we've ever... I mean, we go through North Carolina, but I don't know if we've ever been through Raleigh. Or if we have, no, I don't think we ever have camped there.
And Carla Daniel Weiss says she's drinking Diet Pepsi, her favorite drink of choice, for 35 years.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong. I like Diet Coke sometimes.
You'll notice Patty's drinking bottled water tonight. Patty doesn't drink a lot. I don't either for the most part. But
thanks, MJ, for the comment. Thank you. Very nice.
Yeah, it's MJ. So, any other questions or... And if we missed your question, just type it again. And,
just put question for me, because sometimes the feed goes really
if you
fast.
can type the word question in caps and then state your question, that helps Patty actually see it. So.
Someone said Terry says try a leaf blower on your logs.
But that's where I was going with that whole story about the video. I have to. So one of the chores I have is I have to use a leaf blower on our driveway, which is really long, because I have to get all those pine needles. Because if not, they start to build up, and then they cake, and
then they get slippery,
and grass grows in them, or weeds,
moss,
and I just had done it like a week ago.
Yes,
because that's when I filmed, and now it's just covered.
You can't see it. It's just the other day the storm was just whipping those trees and all that came down. It's like yuck. So and then these guys you got to clean off the deck because they eat anything, especially little Bessie.
We are at East Harbor State Park here in Ohio, near Port Clinton, Ohio.
Yeah, we came back over here. We wanted to see.
Yeah, we put out a video about this on TWD Life a couple weeks ago. but we really like it over here.
It's nice.
This might be, I can't say the park. I mean, the park's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the, like, we have no hookups because it was funny when we pulled in Friday night, the lady checking us in is like, you know, you have no electric. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I like these sites where we're at because there's no electric, but it's like there's hardly anybody over here. Most of the loops here are just like massive parking lots.
Yes.
And they're just crowded in tight.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need electricity. So, yeah, but what we love about it is there's so much to do right through here because you're right on the shores of Lake Erie. So today we went and found the Port Clinton Lighthouse, which I believe you said was the oldest timber framed
structure on Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we took Mark and Karen down to see Marblehead Lighthouse, which we had been to a couple weeks ago.
There was a wedding party there. Beautiful spot for photos today. They were getting their photos taken. RV Kids TV says pine needles make great mulch for flower beds. Yeah, we use them in the flower beds.
So what I do is I will blow them to one side of the driveway, and that'll kind of, they'll get pretty fluffy. Mm-hmm. Then I take a pitchfork and I'll load them into our wagon, and then we'll take them around and put them in areas where we want them.
When they get thick, the deer don't like them either because you'll go out and you'll see they will paw down to try to get down to the weeds or the grass or whatever they're trying to get to. And you'll see markings all over the place where they've been digging. So, yeah, they don't like them either.
Deb says they're lucky with their vinyl siding. If they have a crack, they just use duct tape. Yeah, I mean, living in a log home, I had no idea. I guess I should have watched a bunch of YouTube channels. You know, all I watched was, what was that called? Log Cabin
Living or
something. There was a show on Home and Garden where
I think it was Log Cabin Living.
They go out and a realtor show them like 3 log cabins and they buy one. But what they didn't show you was all the upkeep on a log cabin.
Okay. Yeah, someone says must be much cooler up there now. Yeah, this week was a cool week for us.
Yeah, cooled down.
Like, what was it?
50s, 60s.
During the day.
And
we've
40s.
Had some 40, and then when we left, there was a frost advisory, so it was going to be 35 at home, not here, but at home last night and tonight. So, G300D says, love your channel. Thanks for all the wonderful videos. Question for Patrick from Roxanne. How many days would you think take Brian and I to get to the East Coast, if without restrictions or anything?
Oh, well,
an estimation from Southern California.
I guess the question is, how do you want to see things along the way?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to get straight over there? Mm-hmm. And how many hours a day do you want to drive? What did it take us to get home?
Well, we didn't kill ourselves. Sometimes we have to push it. Did it? I'm thinking was it
I'd have to
4
map
or 5?
that out. I would think you would need a week, 7 days.
Because we stopped to see things.
I mean, unless you just every day is like a 10 to 12 hour drive day.
Which those are rough.
They're rough.
Those are tough days.
But I would think I'm going to say 7 days because you're going from coast to coast.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like us where we were kind of like. I mean, we were already at Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. So. Why, are you guys coming over to the East Coast? Because if you are, you need to come...
come 80, right? 80, 90?
Yeah, you come 80, 90, you come see us. Mm-hmm. So,
Timothy Brown's asking, are you running on battery or generator? Battery, right?
Battery, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We didn't even bring the generator with us. So I did learn a lesson, though. So I ended up ordering a 50-foot, 30-amp cable because we don't have an outlet on the backside of our house. So I have to run all the way around. So our trailer's been plugged in all week. So our lithium was topped off perfect when we left. And when we got over here, they were down about 15%. And I'm like, how is that possible? What had happened was somehow the inverter got turned on. And
I think that was me.
Well, it doesn't matter. But the refrigerator was set to auto. Mm-hmm. Because the inverter was on, it ran off the batteries for probably 3 hours as opposed to running off propane. So I've just got to remember to always... What I need to do is when we get ready to leave, I need to put it over to propane. You can actually force it to propane. But we're fine because it's only 2 nights. I think the batteries are still reading 80%. We got a little sun today. We're in the trees.
Yeah, so you didn't get a lot for the solar today.
Yeah.
Hi, Carrie Jo from Wisconsin.
Hey, be safe up there.
Yeah.
Wisconsin sounds like it's But again, I know how it is.
Yeah.
There's certain spots
Yep.
in the state, so depending on where you're at.
Roxanne, question again, says, because they're traveling to the East Coast, when should we even start to leave the West Coast and enough time to travel back home before snowy weather? They've been getting snowy weather already in the midsection.
Well, if you come the south route,
you'll
like
have okay time.
you won't have to worry about it, because
Yeah.
if you come, if you come through, like, let's say Texas and that way. Now, if you were going to come up north, Patty I forgot last year at the end of October, we had enough snow that
I had it on my.
She had a snow day in October. No, we don't normally get that much snow in October.
But we had an unusual snowstorm at the end of October last year where they closed school. And that's kind of a rarity to close us. Usually it melts, early on. It's that real fluffy stuff. But yeah, that was crazy. I look back, I'm like, what? Brenda Story says, hi from Missouri, new to your channel. What y'all planning for 2021 as far as get-togethers? Well, we don't really have a
2021, I don't know that we're going to have much, because that's the year we're going to Alaska. So if we do a meetup, it'll probably be either in Canada, which we may do because we do have a small following in Canada, or we might do something in Alaska, but I don't even know if we have any subscribers in Alaska.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we literally will take the whole summer. I mean, the minute Patty's out of school, we are hitting the road
out of here,
and we won't get back till like a week before Patty and I start back to work.
It'd be nice to get back at the beginning of August.
So I don't know that 2021 is going to be good for meetups. Right. If we do, it would have to be something in the fall, most likely.
And Roxanne says, "What 10 to 12-hour drive days? Was that an invite to TPL?" Tall Pine Lodge?
Yes, it was.
Sure. We had Boone out there.
Yeah, we had Boone out there. If you can get your 400 will definitely fit. So,
W.A. Stewart says, good evening in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Wanda.
It was, okay, if I can read this right, -5 Celsius last night.
Okay, we need somebody to convert for us. We're not good with the metric system, Wanda. We're Americans. Sadly, they tried to teach it when Patty and I were kids in school. I don't think it stuck.
It didn't stick, no.
We're like the oddballs in the world.
Shirley J, talking about Yellowstone, how many days to do that trip if you schedule 2 to 3 days of solid day hikes?
Oh, I tell you what, Shirley, you could spend 2 weeks there easily.
Yep, there's so much.
You remember the first time we went? We said, "Oh, maybe we'll stay maybe a couple nights."
Yeah, we
ended up being there a week.
Yeah,
and we still didn't even begin to scratch the surface.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things where you can spend as much time as you want between Yellowstone and Tetons.
Yeah, there's so much to do and pretty things to look at. Your dad's here. Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Marilyn.
Found you.
Dad's had a rough week. He sold his house and they moved into their new house, which was a big downsize. So, but he did message me tonight. He has the cars in the garage. That's always a good sign. If you can get your vehicles in the garage, you are making progress.
Yeah, because we moved in, we're like, that's the first thing. And both moves I can remember, like, if we can get the garage empty enough to get the cars in, we're good.
Terry says she's ready to put 2020 to bed.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree with you. Bert Kelly says, I'll do it like a 6th grader. Sup? From Central PA. He goes, sup? Sup, Mrs. McCormick. I'm like, well, the roof. Not funny. Bawana says, driving with the fridge on propane is dangerous. We've had that happen before. We've had that discussion.
Yeah, I mean,
people do different things.
I mean, we could, and I don't even like talking about it because, but here, all I will say is everybody has to decide what's right for them. So, now there are some places where legally you can't drive with propane on, like when we went through the Chesapeake Bay tunnel, they have you pull over, shut it off, which we did. Yep. But we've been doing this for 15 years and we're still here. So, and there's vehicles out there powered by propane. Yeah. So I just think it's one of those things, and I will respect whatever anybody feels, but I'm going to do what I'm comfortable with. And
Adam's asking for Florida. Are you still planning on Orlando trip at Christmas? Yeah. That's still the plan.
That is the plan.
That's the plan at the moment. We're
hopefully be there for a couple weeks or a week and a half.
Captain Midnight says hello from Abbotsford, BC. I too have a new 1985 I assume
Ooh.
Lance.
Yep, Lance.
Please update in the future about your slide in case it happens to me. Yeah.
We will. And like I said, I don't know if you've seen anything that we've posted or if you were here earlier. We believe, based upon, I worked with the Lippert Tech to run a bunch of electrical tests on it. They believe it's a bad wiring harness from the controller to the motor.
Mm-hmm.
We have an appointment for November 5th, and hopefully that takes care of it. If not, it could be something. It could be a bad motor.
Donna's saying our feed is freezing now and then, so hopefully our internet's not going. And is anyone else buffering, or is it just me that's endless RVing?
Well, we could switch. I don't know if my carrier is any better than yours, but we have the same carrier, so probably not. Are you still on LTE?
Yes.
Yep. Well, let's hope it clears up.
Yep.
If not, we'll have to wrap it up.
Yeah, every couple seconds, and someone else says, I am. We're buffering too.
Well, you know what I could do? We could switch over to the cell phone.
Okay.
Hold on, everybody.
Hold on.
Hold the presses.
Hold the phone.
Let me grab a...
The puppies are like, what's going on?
I'm just like, man.
What's going on?
How do you do a dance for them or something?
Do a little dance. Endless RVing says it's now better, it seems. Seems okay now. Better now, says Sam, our niece.
Because I got up.
Because Patrick got up to change it out. That's why it's
this
better.
may require more bourbon.
Oh, Shelly and Jeff are, she's saying they're thinking in 2021 going to Lake Louise in Banff, Canada. Maybe we can meet up.
Ooh, that would be nice.
That'd be good.
So we should be to Banff maybe the second week of June. And then we might be coming back through there probably around the end of July, would be my guess.
Okay, so I'm seeing better now. Some say that we're freezing. You're fine now, says Donna. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let us know. I can always try switching over to the phone.
Okay, Low Key 91 says, hey y'all, love the channel. I'm considering purchasing my first travel trailer. Curious what your first trailer was. And any recommendations for a new one? Oh, my
how much time you got?
We had a lot of trailers.
We've actually owned 10 trailers over 15 years. But our first trailer was one of the original tabs.
From Dutchman, right?
Yeah, it was a Dutchman or Thor tab. It was the equivalent of today's 320.
Yep. No bathroom in it.
No bathroom in it. They didn't make bathrooms back then.
We carried, what, a 1 gallon water jug in there or something? What did they have?
No, I think it was a 5-gallon water jug, fresh. And it was actually a jug. You didn't actually fill it outside. You had to take the jug out and fill it.
Yeah.
We had that for 2 years and absolutely loved it. That's what got us hooked on camping. But then we just decided we wanted something a little, kind of like this time, something a little bit bigger. And then we went through the series, and we went all the way up to a 35-foot fifth wheel, which we had for like 7 or 8 years. And then we decided we wanted to downsize, and we went to I don't remember what that was, 22, 23-foot vintage cruiser.
Yep.
And then we went to the Hummingbird. And then we went to the Tab. And now we're to the Land. Now we're going back up again.
And in there we had tents. Hiking tents.
MJ and Izzy said we'll probably be in a 40-foot motorhome before it's all over with. So probably not. But
you just don't know.
I don't know.
Brenda's story says we are planning to go to Jacksonville for Christmas.
Ooh, nice.
No.
We wanted. There's a state. Was that state park that we wanted to go to? Was that near Jacksonville or St. Augustine?
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
We were thinking about.
They're completely full when we're there.
Because I would think it'd be fun. If we can do it at Christmas to get near a beach. So I like beaches, so I think they're fun. Shirley J, I will definitely meet you guys in Banff.
Yeah, we're hoping to stop in Banff because I've always wanted to go. We were supposed to go to Banff, was that 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Yes, we were. And then Truman came along and
Steve wants to know how the Lance is doing. It's doing well, other than the slide out issue. Our slide out will not go out.
Yeah.
What it does is it'll start to go out. It maybe goes 2 inches,
and then one
side just takes off,
and
crooked.
One side bogs down, and one side goes fast. So,
and they think it's a bad wiring harness. We have an appointment November 5th. I'll tell you, the RV industry, I've actually been thinking about doing a video on this, but then I'll probably just upset everybody in the RV industry. Not that any of them are doing anything for me. The RV industry is ridiculous in the sense that, if you think about a car, if you buy a brand new car, and you have issues, number one, you can take it to any dealership in America and get it in. They don't ask you where you bought it. You just call them up and say, I got a brand new Toyota.
And they'll help you.
And they'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they're not saying, yeah, we'll get you in.
By Wayne, Kern, he had to go.
By Wayne. They don't say we'll
night.
get you in 3 months. You know, they get you in right away. And number three, was I on number three? I think so.
I don't know.
You know, if they're going to keep your vehicle for an extended period, they say, hey, let's put you in a loaner vehicle, because if you buy something new and right away it doesn't work, you know, they'll take care of it. And the RV industry, you know, it's the only industry I know where we'll go and plop down $20, $30, $150,000, $200,000, $300,000, and then right away you have issues. Mm-hmm. And then they, number one, if you try to go to a dealer that you didn't buy it at, the first question they ask is, did you buy it here? Well, we won't be able to get to you till next summer. And then, you know, and then again, a lot of times when you take an RV in for repair, they'll have it for an extended period of time, and they don't offer you a loan or a replacement. So you're still, if you paid cash, then that cash could have been sitting in the bank earning interest. But if you're like us and you had to borrow some money, you're paying interest on an asset that you don't even get to use, and they don't really care. And I just think it's ridiculous that the RV industry, I mean, they should be ashamed of themselves. They need to up their game. If you know, and especially right now, can you imagine how hard it's going to be to get repair work in the next 6 to 12 months? I mean, it's just tough, and so but see, I teach business, so I get kind of upset about this because we saw the auto industry go through this back in the 80s, and the auto industry really upped their game so they could be competitive. I'll tell you what the RV industry needs. They need some foreign competitors like the auto industry had. And I'll bet you if Germany starts shipping high-quality RVs over here, I'll bet you old Elkhart takes notice and starts getting their crap together. Yeah. That might be the bourbon talking.
Yeah, I think so, a little bit. Hope I pronounced this right. Gindency says, curious if you think your rad bikes would fit in your Tundra under a tonneau or cap. Well, they won't fit under the tonneau. No. The handlebars.
If we put a cap,
it would. But they do not under the tonneau. And we tried to bring them in the Lance, and
which worked.
It worked, but they got a little scratched up, which kind of bugs us a little bit.
A
little bit.
So what we had to do was we had to put the bed up into couch mode, and then I slid, because we put our rads, because they're the folding ones.
50-gallon
totes. The two totes slid in. Mm-hmm. The problem is, like on a long trip, you don't want to have to. You got to take them in and out to get in and sleep. And number two, then where do you store them so they don't get stolen overnight?
Right. Or get them wet and all that.
And I don't really want a cap on the Tundra, so
so we just figured we'd use
them
local trips, stuff like that. Mark Vanderlyn, are you traveling through the U.S. to Alaska or through Canada? Well, we'd probably have to go through.
Well, I mean,
we'll go through Canada first.
Right? Our route. Unfortunately, because we're not full timers to where we have endless amount of time, we're going to take the most direct route for us. So we will end up cutting up through Wisconsin, Minnesota, and then through the Dakotas, and that's where we'll punch. I say punch through. We're going to punch through the border.
We're going to the border.
Because I actually had this all mapped out already.
Yep.
And then we'll go up through Calgary on up, and then hit the Alaska, the Alcan. But we'll probably have to come back down the same way because of time. If I had time, I'd love to come back down through and pop out in Vancouver, but we won't have time to do that.
Okay, another question from Avenger RV Adventure. Are you going to make the Tampa RV show? That would be
probably not.
If it would be not me.
Originally, we thought we would, or I would go.
Try,
but with COVID, and it's not that I'm scared to go. That's not the reason. But with work and everything, I just don't. I don't know. Probably not.
Lori Hackett's here. Says hi, Patrick and Patty. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Lori. How's Corey doing? Well, maybe you don't want to share that. But,
Adams.
But tell him I said hi.
Yeah, Adams chime in, because people are saying, right on, Patrick, you got the right idea,
What's that?
About your rant about
RV. My RV. Yeah. Well, I just, it's one of those things that really bothers me, because every time we have an issue,
we have to.
And it's just like,
preach it, brother, says April Marie.
And it's so frustrating. And I told Patty last night, because I was getting frustrated because, even though we can use most everything in here, it's a little inconvenient. And I'm just
is.
like, you plop down $40,000 to
Yep.
go have fun, and then you're frustrated.
Yep.
And like I told Patty, we've been doing this a long time, so we're kind of used to this. But I said, can you imagine being somebody who just bought their first RV,
boy.
and they go out, and then the water heater won't work, or the furnace won't work, and then you can't get it in for repairs. And I mean, and here's the thing: you think about this. When do people go camping? Friday nights. Yep. Nobody, dealerships aren't open, manufacturers aren't open. I mean, if they were smart, they would have like the Apple hotline. If I'm serious,
know.
They should sell Lance Care, like Apple Care.
Yeah.
Where you've got like this hotline you can call and things like that.
They have techs waiting to help you.
Yeah,
they get paid.
I mean, I used to be the tech support.
Yeah, you would do that a lot of Friday nights. You were helping.
Patty would sometimes get mad. We'd be out to dinner.
I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yep, and I'd be sitting on my phone
helping somebody
because somebody just bought a Tab 400 and they're like, I would get, this is a common one if you've never owned an RV. It was, we have no power to our trailer. What's wrong? And they're all upset. And a lot of times, and you always have to be careful how you phrase it because I never want to insult somebody. So, but a lot of times what it ended up being was the breaker switch at the outlet.
Yep.
So I would, because they didn't realize the person before them had shut the breaker off. But they were really frustrated, and they're like, new camp's closed, our dealer's closed, and do we need to go home tonight because we don't have power? Which cracks me up because we never have power.
No, we don't.
But if you're new, and it is frustrating. So.
Right. Oh, there was something here, and I think I lost it. Oh, Diane Ski's here.
Oh, hey, Diane.
Yeah. I wonder.
Diane, are you done?
Yeah,
or
Yellowstone.
When are you done with Yellowstone?
Yeah.
I think I asked you that a month ago at the last live stream.
I can't remember.
You probably told
Sorry.
me. Russ and Carrie finally departed West Yellowstone. So
went to see their kids.
They're headed to see family, and I'm so happy for them. They're back in Teddy, which is their little guy Max.
Yep.
And I don't know if you saw, Russ has put up at least one video, maybe two, over on the Roads We Roam, and he told me he's going to be putting up more. Now that they're done with the candy store, I think he's going to have time.
Yeah, he's a little less stressed. He's going to have more time to do.
Let's start a company, Patrick. Yeah, let's do it, April. Let's start an RV company that actually makes. But part of if you think about issues on an RV, a lot of times it's not even the manufacturer.
No.
It's the crappy parts they're buying.
Yep.
Not that I'm saying anything about. No. I got to tell you, Lippert has been amazing. Now, I'm not saying Lippert has great parts or anything. All I'm saying is my experience with Lippert has been, they were amazing, helping me, talking me through it, and they're even letting me go to a non-Lance service center because their thing is, this has nothing to do with Lance. It's our part, and as long as the service center you're going to works with Lippert, which the place I found is about 30 minutes from home, which is a lot closer than Texas.
Well, and MJ is saying, did you know this, that Newmar has what you're talking about? They have that call center.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, it says
that's great.
They've had good experiences with it.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Yeah.
Because I think ultimately that's who's going to survive in this industry. I mean, some of these, I won't name names, but some of these Elkhart manufacturers, it's just how quickly can we push them out the door?
Yep.
And slap them together, get them out the door, and then right now with COVID, it's even worse because they can't get parts.
Right.
Like that's why I read Lance has stopped shipping because they literally are out of parts. One of our subscribers, Terry, him and his wife ordered a Lance. He got a call from his dealer saying they're out of water heaters. Oh, so your only option is to upgrade to a tankless water heater like a Truma. But here was the kicker. Free upgrade. That's a massive upgrade.
That's huge.
So Lance went ahead and upgraded them for free so they can get Terry his trailer. I was like, man, I didn't get any free upgrades.
No.
I didn't get a free koozie.
No, nothing. Jennifer LZR says hello from Texas. And then Low Key, I think it's Low Key 901. Yes. Is full-time RVing in your future? I don't know.
We talked about in 4 years going full time, but with the whole COVID, I think it's really kind of made us think twice. So I think, MJ, what is it you guys say you're going to do? I know you're not going quote full time, but we're going to be I think
they're going to have
half time.
Or yeah,
no, I mean
you're going to have like a home base, right?
Yeah, I think we're thinking now we've got to figure out a way to keep Tall Pine Lodge. and then but not be working or find new jobs that work remotely to where we can go out for 3 or 4 months at a time, but still have a home base if we need to come home.
Well, and I think too, one thing with COVID and teaching, there are opportunities that I'm seeing where you can teach virtually and have, like, I could be part of a group virtual teachers that help students,
right?
Online. So
So
that's an opportunity that
I mean, there's so many places in this country we still want to go explore.
Oh yeah, the Southwest. We haven't even touched the Southwest. So, and there's so many cool places. We're here. A lot of people are chiming in about Vancouver. We need to stop by Vancouver.
Know. So for those of you that maybe are newer to our channel, 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
Northwoods RV Life is here too.
3 years ago. I wonder if that's Corey logged in then through Northwood City Life. Or wait, wait. Okay, it's the bourbon.
It's the bourbon.
What was I saying? Oh,
I don't
3
know.
years ago. It's really not that bad. 3 years ago, we had this whole trip planned. I had reservations in Banff. I had reservations out on Vancouver Island. We were going to meet one of our friends and subscribers, Fred, and him and his wife had actually planned to take us. They were going to spend this whole day with us, taking us through the wine region near Kamloops. And then we adopted Truman a week before.
Yeah.
And realized we could get into Canada with Truman. We couldn't get out of Canada with Truman. So Canada had their policy is if they're a puppy, they realize you can't give a puppy rabies shot. So just as long as you bring whatever documentation, you're fine. The U.S. was the problem. The U.S. basically says we don't really give a crap.
Nope.
Your puppy has to have, and if they don't, then you have to apply for like a special exemption
before you go
to Canada. And then when you do, if you get approved for the exemption, even once you get back, you had to be quarantined for, was it 30 days or something crazy? It was some
And the only thing he could go do was the vet and home. He couldn't, which we don't.
And you had to muzzle your pet, it said. Now, I don't know who actually tracks that, but we weren't willing to take the risk.
No.
So we had to cancel all those reservations. But you know what came out of that? There was a very positive thing. Jeff and Shelley.
Oh yeah, we got to meet Jeff and Shelley.
Yeah, we probably would have never met our friends Jeff and Shelley.
True.
Had we have went that
I don't know
route.
where you're going sometimes.
I don't know if Shelley's still on here.
Yeah.
But
they're our friends because of Truman.
Yeah.
So. Oh my goodness, they're just coming in left and right. Someone says that Tall Pine Lodge we could turn into a harvest host.
I wish we could. Our HOA won't allow it.
Oh my goodness, they would have a coronary back
there. My God. They actually, here's a funny story.
They are so...
I doubt there's anybody from Pine Canyon on
Someone
here.
says we need to join LOA, Lance Owners of America.
Yeah, I probably should. Okay, let me just tell you why I don't join a lot of groups. Besides the fact that Patty says I don't play well with others.
Well...
You know what? I used to be in a lot of those new camp groups, and people get so snarky. And, literally, they can, and I always love when somebody asks a question. Have you what do they call it? Search, they get all snarky. And so after we left, and I actually unsubscribed from all the new camp stuff last winter. I got so mad one night because one person had left a really rude comment to a lady. And I was just like, I'm so sick of people being mean to people on these forums. So that's honestly why I haven't joined. I am now in some Facebook group for Lance. I don't normally comment, but because of our RV, because of our our YouTube channel, right. I probably should join. But that's why. Yep.
So Roxanne's saying slow down on the bourbon.
Plus if I don't want to go through what we went through a little bit this spring, where some people.
Shelley Johnson, me?
Yeah, you, Shelley. I haven't done a lot of Lance videos yet, and I don't know that I want to. And here's why: because some people got really upset when we sold our new camp trailer.
Yep.
And so. It makes me wonder, did Mark and Trish get a ton of crap when they sold their Grand Design and went to Airstream? Or when Marissa and Nate left Airstream and went to Open Range? It makes you wonder. But, we were pretty well... we grew our channel a lot not because of New Camp, but because I did so many New Camp videos. And so I'm trying not to get in that
path.
Yeah. So...
Yeah. So...
But anyway, what I started to say was our homeowners association. I got a call from the vice president wanting to know if I would be on the board, and I started laughing because I'm like, no, I won't be on the board because
they were trying to get me on the board.
Then they wanted to know if Patty wanted to be on the board. I'm like, oh, her no would
Nope.
come even quicker than mine because number one, I don't agree with most of the stuff the homeowners association does. And I just told her, I'm like, you wouldn't want me on the board because I would make your lives miserable.
Okay, thank you. Says I can't wait to meet you too.
Hey, Bill.
It'll be fun to see you too. Okay.
Are we all caught up?
I think so.
We've about an hour, so we're pretty much.
So.
I mean, we'll answer any questions here, last minute questions, but we always try to go an hour. The last couple times we went an hour and a half, but we also don't want to waste your time. So
Endless RVing saying I have to run, guys.
Hey, thanks so much, MJ.
You have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, you too. And I'm sure you and I will be talking this week. So April Marie wants you to keep drinking. Said it could get interesting. Yeah, it could.
I don't know, April, if you remember, if you were, I know you were around back then, but was it 2 summers ago in Oregon where I basically drank a bottle of wine? I think you had 1 glass and I drank the rest.
Yep.
Patty was like, this live stream's over.
Someone's asking, how is Sam? She's doing great. She's doing online virtual classes. She's just doing great. She just plugging away at school, and she's healthy and doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, she's. I don't know if she's still. I don't know if Sam's still there, on here or not. But yeah, she's doing really. And what's nice is her class is virtual, so it's not really an online class. She actually gets a lecture every week live through Zoom, and
she's just doing great. Yep. All right.
Was there something else? I don't know. Let's see here.
It says, please be sure to bring the rain to the bottle next week.
There we go.
That's from Phil.
Hey, Phil, I'll just leave it in the trailer because I always do like, if anybody likes bourbon, I like to have people sample it because I really like it. I think it's so smooth. I had one person tell me it was mediocre, but, you know.
That's okay.
Whatever. If you're going to be a bourbon snob, fine.
Yeah. Roxanne Morrill says, it's okay. We'll stand by you because of you and Patty, not because of Carl. Well, thank you.
Deb says, so glad not to have. You know, homeowners associations can be a good thing.
They can also
but
be
sometimes
kind of annoying.
Like ours, I'll just tell you something.
It's just crazy.
It's just stupid. So somebody back in the canyon a couple summers ago decided to rent their house on Airbnb. And he mainly did it because some people back there were saying when family and friends came to visit, they didn't have room for him. And he got the idea, because he wasn't there a lot, that he could do Airbnb. Well, the association freaked out. They brought in a lawyer. Well, basically the lawyer said nothing you can do about it. It's not in the rules that you can't. So they ended up putting up signs all over our area that you weren't allowed to use any amenities unless you were a resident or somebody like a friend of a resident. Yep. Basically saying if you were staying here because you're renting a house as an Airbnb, you weren't allowed to walk the trails. You weren't allowed to go to the lake. You weren't able to use the tennis court. It was so stupid. Yeah. And they posted these goofy signs all over.
Good night, Bill.
Night, Bill.
Captain Midnight's asking where you're from. We're from Northeast Indiana, Angola area, Angola, Indiana. We're so close to Ohio and Michigan. Oh,
Sam is still on.
Hi,
hey, Sam. Is it past your bedtime? No. No, it's 8 o'clock.
People were asking about you, sweetie.
Yeah, they were asking about you, Sam. Wanted to know if you were okay or how you're doing.
Yeah, and we told them you're doing great.
Oh, hey, Geek Family Adventures.
Yeah.
How's the tag doing? Have you guys gotten out much this summer?
And Diane Ski says, my last day in Yellowstone is October 19th. I stopped by the sweet shop in West on the 30th to say goodbye to Russ and Carrie. Oh,
you got to see him. Good, yeah. Good.
Sandra Fuqua, hello from a fellow Hoosier. Just wanted to share that I enjoy both of your channels. Hoping to buy a camper next year. Cool.
What part of the state are you in, Sandra? Are you north, south, central? I get if you don't want to say.
Good night, Adventure Bandits. Thanks.
Hey, good night, Adventure Bandits. Hope you guys are. Yep. Can't wait to see more videos from your trip.
Donna Del Hunte says, "Gotta go." Bye-bye.
Oh, absolutely, Adventure Bandits. They're editing. I left them a comment on one of their videos. Their editing is getting really good. Yeah. I don't know which one of them's doing the editing, but it's just getting really good. I love their videos because they keep them exciting. Just it moves along,
Yep.
you know,
Mhm.
and
I think they're
they make
good.
it fun
I
to watch.
enjoy it.
Like sometimes we'll watch their video and we're like, man,
Bye,
it's over.
Shelly. Have a good night.
Hey, Shelly, tell Jeff I said hi.
The puppies are sleeping, so I don't want to wake him up. Have a good night. Yep, and Sam chimed in. The virtual course is great because I can see and talk to people without having to leave the house.
Yep, that's
It's perfect
awesome.
for her,
so she can stay in her bubble and
keep her healthy.
For those of you who don't know, my niece Sam, she was in the hospital back last November, December. I mean, honestly, it was pretty ugly.
It was bad.
And so she's got a very weakened immune system. So we really have to
Be careful.
Keep her in a bubble. So
Bill Kate, how long are you going to stay in Alaska? Probably a month and a half.
We're thinking.
Maybe?
Well, no, we're thinking.
Oh, July.
I think probably 4.
Oh, that's true.
Probably about 4 weeks actually in Alaska. We figure it's going to take a couple weeks to get there, and then we'll probably boogie home unless Shelly and Jeff tell us they're going to be, you know, like we might alter it. We might boogie to Alaska and then slow it down.
We're breaking up again. We're buffering, so probably need to call it. And one last question from Adam. Are you working from home? Patrick is. He's teaching
I am.
from home.
Patty's in the classroom.
I'm in the classroom. We the students and staff wear masks. We have mask breaks for the kids.
Good night, Shirley.
And we teachers have carts. Our stuff is like on a cart, and I've decorated my cart with fall lights and everything, and everybody's trying to make it fun, and I travel to different rooms. The kids stay in one room all day.
And we're at East Harbor State Park.
Good night, Shirley.
Oh, Terre Haute.
Cool.
I know exactly where you're at. So we're in Angola. We're up in that northeast corner. So,
okay, buddy.
But you may have already known that. I always think. I always forget people. We say things on our channel.
Did you tell them where we are? Geek Family Adventures.
Yeah, East Harbor. Yeah.
Okay.
So all right. Well, I think since we're buffering again,
we're gonna call it a night.
We haven't had dinner yet, so we probably should consider.
We had a late
lunch. We had some Coney dogs with Mark and Karen, and then we had some ice cream.
Amazing ice cream with fresh peaches.
Fresh peaches, yeah.
Good. Yep.
If anybody is ever up in this area of Ohio, we're right on Lake Erie, and it's kind of, I guess, would you consider this probably more like Central Ohio?
I would
North
think so.
Central?
Yeah.
This is an awesome area.
Yeah.
I can imagine in the summer it's packed.
I bet.
I think this time of year is the time to come.
Yeah. And Marblehead, White House.
Oh, Marblehead, Lighthouse is awesome. And if you like theme parks, or not theme parks, but amusement parks, Cedar Point is right down the road.
Yep.
Which, you know.
A lot of people go there.
Yep.
It says, Roxanne says, give Truman and Bess a hug. Going to find dinner. No food. Talk this.
How is the meat? Cooked steaks tonight.
Yeah.
How is it? Oh, Terry's asking how the meat is. Yeah, so the beef, we actually tried a T-bone the other night. It was very tender.
Very good.
Yeah, very flavorful.
Yep.
So I told Patty we had 3 options for dinner. We had 2 options for dinner tonight. I brought a ribeye that we could grill. Or I bought a bag of chili. It's one of those Bear Creek Farm chilies where you add water and tomato. And a lot of times what we do is we make it when we're camping and we just use nachos with it. But Patty said she wasn't that hungry. So for some reason, and I'm glad I did, it's something I never buy, but I bought Stouffer's cheese bread pizza. It's like on French bread, and it's got 4 cheeses or 5 cheeses.
Reminds me when I was a kid.
Yeah. And for some reason, I threw that in the freezer, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to bake that in the oven and have that.
Find something on Netflix, probably.
Or probably watch a little Netflix. We could go outside and build a fire, but I think we're tired. I know, like, a lot of people say, like, you go camping and then you sit in your trailer.
Yeah, it's just getting away.
But with working all week, but it just feels... It's nice to be not sitting at home watching TV. It's kind of nice to come here and...
Well, and with... just
we played Yahtzee this afternoon.
Yeah, we did.
You know,
well, just the way work is right now for me, especially, I'm pretty beat by the end of the week. So it's kind of more exhausting. So.
Thanks, Captain Midnight. You have a great evening.
And one last thing is out here, Martin Sprigg, expecting a new tab for 100 solo in April. Looking forward to our first RV. Appreciate all your how-tos. Feel more confident already. Can relate to you too. My wife teaches 6th through 8th grade language arts.
Oh, right up your alley.
This is my 21st year of 6th grade language arts. So I'm part of the building now. Good night, Phil. Good night, Geek
Phil, we'll see you next weekend.
Hey, Roads We Roam. Hi,
hey.
guys. How you doing?
Hi, Carrie. Hi, Russ.
Someone says they love Angola.
Yeah, Sandra says she loves the Angola. It is a beautiful. Yeah.
All the lakes that we have in this is just gorgeous.
We actually both grew up in Angola. Both graduated from Angola High School. So
there's in our county 101
natural
lakes. Yeah. They're just beautiful. Different speed lakes, calm lakes. Thank you. Good night, Carrie Joe. We just made it back from Ghost Town hunting. It says Road to Rome. So Ghost Town hunting. There you go. Cool.
Oh, ghost hunting. So is there going to be a video coming out, Roads We Roam, on that little adventure? You want to break any news here tonight on Travels with Delaney?
Oh, Debbie Falls says, Patty, I thought of you Wednesday when I made a trip around Mount Hood and stopped for a huckleberry milkshake. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we do
I'm
love
jealous.
Our
huckleberry milkshake. And Mount Hood is beautiful. We got so lucky.
I wanted to see if anybody went over and followed the Fitches. Let me look here real quick.
Yeah, did you find any ghosts?
I might be more excited about the Fitches hitting 1,000 than they are. No, probably not. I know they're excited, but
Carrie says Russ is uploading right now.
Oh man, they're at 992, so they've picked up a few. They're 8 away.
Yeah, Bess is sleepy. Look, the baby. She's
tired. Oh, Russ is uploading right now?
Yes, that's what she said.
All right, go to the Roads We Roam. In a little while, he's going to have a new video, or maybe tomorrow.
Jill Faring.
Oh, hey, Jill.
Just left the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally, overnighting in Austin, and then back home tomorrow. I saw that.
I saw they were having
Princess
it.
Craft, yeah.
I'm glad they got to have it because the spring one got canceled. We had talked about going to the spring one.
Yeah.
And I
have a good night.
Our
good
trailer's
week,
not
Diane
tiny. But,
enjoy your weekend.
Hey, good night, Diane.
Yeah, we love Yahtzee, Deborah Sleeth. It is addictive. We were almost late to the live stream because we had to finish our last round. It was very vicious round.
Jill says, I think it is New Camp. Not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I know that PJ invited us to the spring one.
She did.
And we wanted to go, but just they canceled it.
Can you see this one?
Is she sleeping?
She's out.
Well, this one's not out. Buddy, you want to say hi to everybody?
Oh, he's tired.
Hey, you're tired too.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it.
So thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
We will be back live sometime in November. Yep. We might go live over on TWD Life at some point. We don't, we may do something fun with that. We talked about going live next weekend in Ohio Pile, but we're not sure there's going to be cell signal there.
Yeah, it's not positive yet.
You just never know with state parks. But we knew here there was good cell signal. So, all right. Should we tell everybody good night?
Look at his little face.
Should we tell everybody good night,
say
you think?
Good night, buddy.
Should we say good night?
Say good night,
So long. Farewell. Yeah, we should definitely sign off now that we're singing.
Yeah.
So.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I know there's so many more things you could be doing on a Saturday night. So, all right. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.